Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to our show. We are ready to get started. We're hyped. We got a couple people who are a little delay in traffic, but we want to work that thing out. So welcome to the Let's Do This radio talk show. So, Ida.
I'm just sharing. Hey,
yes,
let me share.
So, like the whole platform of our show, ladies, is to pretty much help entrepreneurs and career folks and business women. Mm-hmm. So, we do a lot on the weekends. So, share. What did you do this weekend?
So over the weekend, I went to this awesome event. It was for working moms, and thank you, Vita, for inviting me. The event was amazing. Martine and Vita put it together, and it was some amazing speakers, and I really enjoyed the event. I love to support other women in business that's hosting events, and have some positive things going on. So that's what I did over the weekend.
Great.
Oh, I also finalized my book project, not really completely. Yes, thank you. So I'm, giving the approvals for the format and then, all of that different stuff. So I'm so excited to announce that to you guys. So that's all I did for the weekend.
Okay.
You want me to talk about myself? Say no.
Let's go around. I sure do. How about you, Miss Trina?
Well, my weekend was It was a birthday weekend for me. I celebrated my mom's birthday. She turned 68.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for all the shout outs on Facebook. They gave her big love. And actually, it was it's Libra season, so I celebrated my husband's birthday as well. Mm-hmm. So it pretty much was birthday weekend for me. Other than that, I had a quiet weekend. And I do have some things coming up this weekend.
So we'll talk about those a little bit later. So great. So my weekend was fantastic. So my weekend started. Out really great on Friday. Actually, it was a homegoing service, but it was my daughter's grandma. She grew up with her, but it was a very nice service. After that, I did a private engagement with Cheryl Wood. No, you didn't see it on Facebook because it was very intimate. But I was able to share with the ladies a little bit about career development. And then that was a lovely thing. And then it was my girl Tina's birthday.
Happy birthday.
My best friend that you rarely see, but it was her birthday. I got a chance to hug up and love up on her. Tina. So that was my Friday. My Saturday, my goodness. My Saturday was awesome. So I'm going to start with the latter and then the former.
All right.
The latter, group of women, engagement, chaos with my notes, and they didn't have a podium and all of those things. But when I tell you, unscripted,
yes,
everything, it worked out phenomenally. It was like one of my best presentations that I've ever done, which was very good. So flipping back to the morning and the last thing.
You're here flipping
back. Church, you know how my weekends go. Our church, Mount Eden, had their women's conference. And it was powerful. We had young ladies. One was a millennial and one was an older person. And they talked about the dynamics of working together to make it powerful, and the name of it was Infinite Power.
Wow.
And I have something special from our conference for you all a little bit later on when the rest of the ladies come on board. When I tell you, it was wonderful. I had to bring back a little piece of it for you all. So Ida, tell them a little bit about you, what you do, and that whole good thing.
So my name is Ida Robinson, and I am the founder of Mom Empowerment, and I support moms in business, and I'm also an advocate for young mom success, and that's what my book is about. So I'm so excited about that, and I can't wait to introduce that to you guys. I also host empowerment events, which I have something coming up this weekend at Next Gen, Trina's location. Awesome. So that's really more of a just a fun type of event, because not only am I a person that loves to empower women, I also like to mix fun in it as well.
Yeah,
So
great.
we'll be painting and we'll be sipping, and there's still tickets available. So if anyone is interested in it, we have a gourmet chef that will like feed us. So it's going to be nice. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's a little bit about myself. I'll post my website in the comments just in case you guys want to know more about mom empowerment. But that's me, and I am here, and I'm excited.
Trina, tell them quickly about you.
Well, this weekend we have a full weekend at Next Gen Event Center, Global Next Gen Event Center. On Saturday, we're having a breast cancer event that is hosted by Diane Linder, and I think it may be sold out, I'm not sure, but if there are anyone who wants to share their testimonies or share any of their stories, we'll have vendors there. We'll have food, fun, and games. It will be Saturday from 4 to 7 at the Next Gen Event Center, 6595 Coventry Way. And also, like Ida had said, Ida is coming back on Sunday, and she will be having her fun sip and paint. And you will see you guys will see her poster posted up on her Facebook page, and contact Ida for more tickets. So other than that, that's what's going on at the Global Next Gen Event Center.
Yeah,
All right.
Share with them the address and your
The
website.
address again is 6595 Coventry Way, Clinton, Maryland.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, and me, I'm Ladrine Peterson from Do It, CEO and founder. I help people to fulfill their dreams through career and business. And upcoming this weekend, we have been so excited and waiting for the big event, A Woman's Narrative at the University of Maryland with Cheryl Wood and so many other young ladies who will be sharing their stories. So next week I will definitely be reporting out on that. And welcome, Bernie.
Hi, ladies. I apologize for being late. Traffic.
It is out there. Anything you want to share?
Yes, I just want to let everyone know I'm Bernadette Bronner. I'm the life coach for BB Coaching and Consulting. I empower women to live their best life through their dreams, personal development, workshops, education. And I'm also excited to be here today to talk about love. I did want to put a plug in for my nonprofit organization. We will be collecting plus-size coats. We're having a coat drive, and we're collecting plus-size coats for women to give to the shelter.
Okay, so where are you guys collecting them from? How can we get in contact?
We're looking for a location right now, a centralized location, but right now I'm looking at PG Sports and Learning Complex.
All right.
Awesome. Okay, y'all. So today's show is going to be hot. You see all of us with our splash of red going on.
Yes.
We did this in honor of the beautiful and the lovely Miss Myra Figueroa.
Yes.
She is going to be sharing and answering questions all about love.
Yes.
But today's specific topic is sex versus intimacy. Yes, and then our regular segment, we're going to be talking about balancing work, career, jobs, families, husbands, babies, everybody. We're going to be talking about the whole balance thing. So we are going to go to commercial real quick, and on the flip side of it, we're going to bring Miss Myra on. So get ready.
Okay.
So welcome back.
Welcome.
So okay, Miss Myra, we are going to get started with your session. Are you ready for us?
I'm ready. I hope y'all ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Because here's the thing. People can't talk about sex. They have a hard time talking about sex. So are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready?
So we had a hard time with the questions. So while we get our stuff together, can you give a quick intro, tell the people about you, what you do, where you from?
Absolutely. So my name is Maida Figueroa Clark. I'm known on all social media platforms as Maida, the love expert. Come follow me. And I get to work with single professional individuals who are seeking to prep themselves for marriage. I feel like in this day and age, we do not have anyone teaching us how to be a husband and a wife. They teach you how to be a chauffeur. They teach you how to be a lawyer. You taught how to be a surgeon.
Right.
You're not taught how to be a husband or wife, which is the most important role you could ever have.
Okay. All right, so that's all good. We might get to the juicy stuff. I know.
Bring it.
You don't even know. Even like compiling the questions from the co-host, they forgot all about the other segment. We had 2 segments. I was like, hey, I see all the freaky questions, but I don't see anything about balance. So we are so ready. Do you have like any tips that you want to offer first before we jump into the questions, or are you ready for the questions?
Here's the bottom line though, is that sex is good. And it's created to be good.
She can hold Dream.
Dream's gonna have to step out, right?
Oh no!
It's created to be sweet. It is created to be yummy. But so many times, sex is looked at as something dirty, something that only other people do, or just reproducing. But no. On the contrary, God gave us all of these beautiful body parts to enjoy sex.
All right, so you want us to jump into it, and also for the folks, please call in, and we'll try to monitor Facebook as much as possible. But dial in
301-429-9247.
Okay,
Call us
301-429-9247.
I have a question for the viewers. What is the difference for you between sex and intimacy? Why don't you call in and tell us what is that difference for you?
All right, my hand's sweating, so let me get my question. Let me get my question.
Get her question.
Over and done with. Okay. For me, the goal of sex is to have an orgasm.
Okay.
Which is physical.
Yes.
So intimacy is more of a desire to please your partner emotionally and on every aspect of it. For me.
Okay.
So I want to know, has anyone or anyone that you deal with or anyone else, have you ever gone in with the idea of sex but unexpectedly slipped into intimacy?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is a great question.
That's good, Drain.
Here's the truth though. You can have great intimacy and no sex. But you can't have great sex and no intimacy.
Can you break that down?
Yeah.
Like,
I can get that.
yeah,
Go
because
ahead.
that is where you start really seeing the intimacy part, especially for women. The intimacy part is feeling completely connected, feeling completely naked and unashamed, as it says in Genesis. When you don't have that intimacy, you're trying to hide this body part, or you're trying to, move in this way, or you're trying to, like you said, please him. Whereas when you're in an intimate relationship, it is dual pleasure.
Yes.
It is dual pleasure.
Yes.
So I hope that helps you.
Yes. Y'all gonna have to excuse me for this show. Who's next? I'm good.
Dream eyes rolling over here like,
Dream might need some
Who's
water.
next?
I got next question.
okay,
I think we had some questions on Facebook.
Okay.
not yet. We don't have any questions
I'm
on
monitoring.
Facebook yet.
Oh, y'all being quiet. What's going
Go
on?
ahead.
Bernie, so you want to go in order?
No,
Okay. So my question,
Tongue-tied now.
No, actually,
I've never seen grown
I'm
women
not too
be able to
tongue-tied.
speak.
Our topic today was balance in life, and because we're talking about sex and intimacy, we know as busy entrepreneurs, sometimes that that scale is tipped when you're so busy and, you know, working 9 to 5s, working your side jobs and everything, you know, your side business, and trying to fit that sex thing in. So one of the things I just wanted to know was, okay, this is like 4-part questions.
Dang.
Okay,
That's Ida. That's Ida.
so look, how much sex is enough? Like, when I say this, like, on a weekly basis, what's considered enough sex? I mean, because you know how sometimes men, they feel like they vultures, but women might be vultures. But what is enough sex in a week?
Yeah, in a week, enough sex.
7 days.
Enough sex
Yes.
is as much as you and your partner wants.
Right.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So it has to be agreed upon
Okay.
between two people. It has
Okay.
to be an understanding
Right.
that you and your partner decide. If you want to have sex 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, you work it in. It's like
wow.
everything else in your life, right?
Yes.
Anything you desire, you work it in. So you work that in as well.
Okay, so you feel like communication would help that. Like, okay, so I mean, because we know sex and intimacy could just happen, just instantly, you know.
Right.
But we also know how the busy schedule can sometimes fall into place with that. So this goes into my second question.
She got a question.
She said,
So let me just say
These are
this,
coaching
Ida.
sessions.
Let me just, I know, but I'm going to start charging you, Ida. Here's the other thing about intimacy and communication. When you have created intimacy in a relationship, communication becomes easy. It's easy for you to say to your partner, baby, this is a dry week for me. Baby, I'm not feeling well. Baby, my vagina does not say hello right now.
they don't want to hear that.
Right?
Or like
No, but
my
you have created intimacy. Let me say,
Okay.
let me get real transparent.
Okay.
When I had my second child, it was a C-section. There was nothing about my body that wanted to receive anything else going in, let alone out. I was like, don't touch me. Everything hurt. But that conversation that my husband and I were able to have, so he can be on the same page of what's happening with my body,
Right.
what's happening with my hormones, what's happening with my mind spiritually.
Right.
So we were able to still be intimate without having sex.
Can I ask you a question on that, Myra?
Yeah,
I
go
think
for it.
So a lot of times with sex, intimacy, it's a mental thing.
It is.
Especially with women,
Oh my
anyway.
gosh,
It's
yes.
a mental thing.
Yes.
So when you say you don't feel good, your body don't feel good, you kind of like going through that not so feeling good stage. How do you mentally get yourself back to that place, whereas you know you want to please your mate or please your spouse or please your partner,
Good
things like
question.
that?
Good question.
Yeah,
You want to hear the truth?
yeah.
I pray.
I would have to hit
I get in the shower, I turn on some music, and I ask God to start turning my body back on in order to please my husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Turn your body
God,
back
man.
on. Y'all hear that?
Yeah,
Turn your body back on. There's a switch to this thing.
Right. I pray. Now, and then when I'm in the act, I focus only on pleasure.
Please.
To Joseph.
I focus on what pleasure I am receiving and what pleasure I am giving at that moment. Because we as women, especially me, I don't know about none of y'all, I be thinking about the grocery list, I be thinking about the
And
clothes that haven't been
that's
washed,
busy
I be thinking
women.
about this and that and this and that, and I gotta hone in and focus in on
what's
what
going
God
on.
has given me
Yeah.
right in front of me.
But you know what, like, is like really sexy about a man? Like all the things that you just said that you had to do. If he be like, baby, I'll help you with the grocery
Yes.
store. I'll help you.
And he does.
That's a tip for the man.
So that
it.
might be
Tip,
something.
tip number one for men.
Help out.
Right.
Then you get more.
Yeah.
Right. You do get more. Man,
Yeah.
my husband's so sexy when he's washing those dishes. Woo, girl. I mean,
Be like, come wash that light, baby.
Ooh, look at the way you turning that pot.
That cup.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Come here, baby. Come here.
I love it. I love it.
Pelham said that she loves that turn that body back on.
Yeah.
Joseph Tolbert III said I would have to hit someone else. It's too complicated.
Oh, my God.
That's from a male perspective.
Bernie, that's where intimacy is important.
You hear that, Joseph?
Because sex is complicated without intimacy.
saying.
It gets complicated.
Joseph, what if you have an issue where you are
Having some issues. Yes.
Like then.
ED is real.
Right.
Oh yes, and what's that age with ED?
It starts at 40.
It starts at 40. That's what I was wondering.
As early
It
as
started.
40.
Yeah.
40, baby.
So.
And then sometimes medication, sometimes stress,
And you might
sometimes
want to let them
diet.
know what ED. Some of them might not know what the initials are.
Erection.
He said he'll go to the doctor.
They say the blue pills are
Okay. I think it's a good time to ask this question because this is good. Your question goes right along with this conversation.
So my question was, you know how, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this, that chemistry thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about that chemistry thing? And with Girl Talk, we've talked about this, how, you know, over 20, 30 years, you may not have seen this person or you may not have had contact with this person, but when you see that person or you meet that person, there's an immediate that chemistry picks back up.
Yes.
What is it about chemistry?
Yes.
It's just you can't understand it. You can't understand it.
No, let me
it.
break it down real quick. We are animals. There's something very primitive about us. Did you know that when you are ovulating, there is a scent that naturally comes out of you?
Yep.
You don't have to wear perfume or anything. There is a scent that makes you more attractive.
Pheromones.
Pheromones. And then you are sitting there with your sweat, your hair in a little net, and all these men are like, damn, baby. Yeah. And you're like, I look at that. I look at daggone mess. And you are,
Is that chemistry?
right? That's that chemistry.
Yeah.
Now, there are some that sing your song, no matter where they are in life, no matter what
That's
they're
right.
doing. They have your song.
That's
Wow.
right.
And that's where that chemistry comes from. But you have to decide whether, see, here's the other thing. I don't believe that there's only one person for you. I believe that you could make it work with anyone. As long as you have the same foundation, the same value system, the same level of commitment to a relationship, you could make it work.
Yeah. No. I agree with you. I was
yes.
on the chemistry thing.
Yes, the chemistry is real.
That chemistry.
That's real.
Like, can we get some feedback on that chemistry?
It's
I mean, can we go deeper into that
it's a
chemistry?
hormonal thing. And you have to know that there may even be a man out there from your past who's married with children, who's moved on, but there's still that chemistry. There's still that hotness. And that's okay. That's where self-control comes in.
There you go.
That's
Right.
real.
Self-control. Yeah, that's what
real.
Cassandra Lewis said. Yes, baby. When the chemistry is there, all I have to do is be near him. Baby, I'm ready.
Cassandra Murray is saying this? Yes.
She might be talking about her husband, y'all. She might be talking about her husband.
That's what she talking about.
her husband.
She better be.
Okay, but like, let's go back to Trina's question, because actually, like, when I read it, I didn't even read it all the way that way, but as she explained it, I'm like, okay, it's almost everybody that have one of them.
Yes, we all
Like,
have one.
We do.
And is there something that you should do to talk through to try and bring closure to that event, or is it like every time you see this person, this thing just happens over and over again?
All right, she needs her own.
You want to start talking
I'm just trying to make it dramatic.
I'm trying to understand
Here's the thing. Chemistry is exactly what it is. It is just drawn. It's like a magnet pulling onto another magnet. You're not going to be able to shut that down.
Right.
You will be able to have self-control.
Right.
And
Yes.
if you
Never.
want to pursue it, he already knows there's chemistry. That's already there on his part. So if you want to pursue it, then you just have to have a grown and sexy conversation.
What if you want to pursue it sometimes? It's like I'm playing.
That's you.
That's Dream for real.
Answer the question.
She coming back. Her
you know
I'm
what?
coming back slowly
I
and
guess
sure.
to kind of put it in a nutshell.
Look at her,
If
she's
you
still
with the
thinking.
self control, like Myra said, if you're married, definitely you meet up. I mean, not meet, but you come up on a person that you haven't seen in 20, 30 years, and you like, I don't understand that chemistry.
Yeah.
But that's where the self control
Absolutely.
comes into play.
Absolutely.
But I guess when you single, it's like, hey,
When you
let's do this.
So you still have to have self control when you're single. I am the single one here.
Yes, you do.
And when you married, well, if you with your mate, so is when you single, you have to have self control, and that chemistry, even though you know is not right for you to be with that person, sometimes that chemistry takes over and you find yourself in a long-term chemistry relationship.
Right? That's when it becomes complicated.
That's when it becomes complicated. It's complicated, right? So you have to be careful with that, and you have to reassess your values and what you want in a relationship, because you can find yourself stringing along for a long time.
Bernie, one of the things that I work when I work with my women almost immediately is how to build your own boundaries.
Right.
Whether you're married or single, you have to have your own personal boundaries and self-integrity.
Yes.
And I think that we have lost that where we are not sure. I'm practicing celibate. And then you see the man, you're like, oh, he smells so good. Right? You got to have personal, right. But once you set those boundaries, we do boundaries for everything else.
Everything.
Everything
We have
else.
to do it.
I'm
for
saving
that.
this much. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not driving this far. I'm not gonna work this late. Right? This is my day off. Whatever. Right? You set boundaries, but when it comes to relationships, you lose that.
Yeah.
I had a 62-year-old client who said, I didn't even realize that I needed boundaries in relationships.
Wow.
We do. So we have a question from Cassandra Lewis. Thank you, sis. You are giving great questions. Ladies, what do you do when your body no longer reacts to your mate? Turn that mind back on.
That is really deep. And so a lot of you know that I am a psychotherapist. And so sometimes we have to go there. We got to do that checkup from the neck up. So we do the checkup from the neck down, right? We try to find out if there's something medically and physically wrong, but you also have to figure out what's going on in here. For a lot of us women, that's where it starts.
Yes.
It starts
mental.
here.
It is mental.
Are we going through depression? Are you anxious about anything? Are you having trouble, wrapping your mind over your mom aging or whatever's going on, right? You got to figure out. So I always say, sisters, go get a checkup from the neck up. It's usually part of your health insurance. You pay a $20 copay. You get a good person who's going to give you a good evaluation of where you are.
So from the men's standpoint, how does that work with the men?
Yeah, so the same thing.
Same thing.
It's the same thing.
But I got one. You don't gotta go to the doctor for this. You probably don't like him no more.
Right.
No.
So that's true.
No,
Here's the
I'm
deal.
not trying to be funny.
No, but here's the
when
deal.
you fall out in terms of it, that's one of the things that go away. I'm not being funny, honestly.
But that's broad, because when you say not like them anymore, that could be because you just, like Myra said earlier, you just had a baby. You're going through premenopausal. I know when I started premenopausal.
You started at 25?
Look, that thing was rough. And so, talking about trying to please my husband, you have to get, it was like almost lights out. You know what I'm saying? Your marriage is on the rocks and everything with that thing, because sex is the last thing you want to do.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
And so, what do you do? Then you have to find other ways to please your mate if you plan on
That's where intimacy comes in.
and buying them toys. You gotta get creative. I'm trying to tell you, my bedroom is just full of things because swings.
Shades of gray.
but I was saying when you fall out of love.
So let me just, can I address that real quick? The falling out of love happens little by little.
Right? You only know it's coming.
Right. And so one of the things that, as a married individual, and what my husband and I, we do consistently is we are intentional about each other, about getting to know each other, about continuing our relationship and massaging in. Because we've been married for over 10 years. Who I was 10 years ago is not who I am now.
Today, exactly.
Who he was 10 years ago. And then in 10 years, he's not going to be the same man that he is today.
Exactly.
And so how do we as two people continue on a weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, annual basis massage?
Yes.
I love
that. I love that.
Being intentional is serious.
It's key.
Because we don't take the time and effort to keep the love going.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We come home, work, we tired. Monday through Friday, then, Saturdays or Friday nights, it should be date night. Or maybe a weekday, like a Wednesday, date night.
Yes.
We do not, some folks do none of that. And so then we wonder why our marriages and relationships are on the rise.
And why you feel like strangers, because you're not dating. You're not.
It takes work to keep a relationship together.
It's work.
And a marriage especially. But I do have another question from Facebook from Shanae Robinson. Hi, Shanae. She wants to know, when dating and not married, how do you handle the sex part?
Wait, hold up.
How do you handle this?
Yes.
How do you handle the sex part? Let me just say,
Wait a minute. What you say?
She said, do it.
I'm a fan.
I mean, this is deep here. Here's the thing. You are dating. I suggest you have the most fun in dating. This is where intimacy begins. The sex part is later. I don't believe that single women should be out here having sex.
Thank you, Myra.
I believe with all of my heart, and you could call me crazy. You could call me crazy. You could call me. I was celibate till I got married. I was 34 years old, y'all, burning with passion. Okay, this is no joke.
Yes.
But you know what? I'm so confident in my marriage. He could go on business trips. He could have some chick in his face. He could have all that. But if I know my husband was celibate with me that whole time, he had self-control for himself that whole time, then I have nothing to worry about.
Right.
When we talk about being naked and unashamed, that's how you get that nakedness and unashamed.
Yes.
When you decide to hold off and say, this is going to be the man that gets this gift.
So what about if you already are in a long-term relationship? Like a couple people, they have been in relationships going together or partnering but not married for like 10 years. They can't just stop. So what's their next? They can?
Look at your
Yes,
My voice.
they can. So, y'all can hurt all you want. I'm gonna speak it.
Speak it,
We've had couples. My husband and I, we work with couples all the time. We've had couples come to us and saying the same thing, and we put it back on them. What kind of relationship you want? Not that you had. What do you want now?
Right.
From this point on.
Okay.
And look, celibacy could start any time. There was one couple, he decided to sleep on the floor and her on the bed until they got married. And they got to the altar in like 6 weeks. Because he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing.
Oh, okay, we have a call on the line.
Cassandra.
You funny.
Hello, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
We're so nervous.
Hello, hi. This is Carolyn Bullock. Of course, I am a cousin of Bullock. Hi, Trina.
Hey. So what's your question?
Okay, I actually have a comment about the topic, sex and intimacy. I wanted to just talk about how intimacy should start when you first get up in the morning.
Okay.
When you and your partner starts in the morning time, I was always told that foreplay is all day.
Absolutely. That's why it's called
you start that foreplay all day, meaning, loving on each other, saying little sweet things to each other throughout the day. Then when it's time for us to get to the bed at night, then it becomes easy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's
So
like,
that was my comment.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And how long you been married, Carl?
30 years, baby.
Congratulations.
I like him a lot. How about
I love me some him, right? Now, I do have a question with the marriage thing. I hear so many married couples who have not had intimacy or sex for months.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Can you explain that? Like, is that healthy or what?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That is the most unhealthy. Let me tell you, for a man, sex is almost primitive.
Yes.
It is like eating.
Right.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean,
because you know, a man wants sex every day.
Right.
Every day.
For most men.
Yeah.
Now, for women, it's also somewhat primitive, but it's a way for us to communicate love.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And so if you are in a relationship where there is no sex and there's
God.
nothing wrong with you medically, like you're not going through chemo or he's not going through, whatever, right? He just didn't have surgery, right? And there's all this time that you have illness. There is sickness in your marriage.
Wow.
And you guys need to address it.
Yeah.
When we get married before the eyes of God, we say that we start the marriage as we consummate each other through sex. That's the same thing each and every time you have sex.
right.
You are reminding each other of the vows. You're reminding each other of your commitment to one another, of saying, my body is your body. Your body is my body. We are one. Every time you make love to your husband. So can you imagine if you spent months?
So make sure y'all sharing this out.
Yes,
Make sure y'all share.
I hear it a lot, and I'm
we
like, that's crazy.
No, I tell my girl, one time my girlfriend said, I don't know what's wrong. It's been 2.5 months. I said, he's sick and so are you. I have no qualms in pointing out the obvious, because sometimes as married women, we could stay in a relationship and do the day wake up and go to sleep.
Exactly.
And go to work.
Exactly.
And then we go to a wedding and we're all smiles and we get on Facebook.
Roommates.
And roommates. Right, but not do it. And then you come to realize, man, it's December. I think the last time was August. No, that's sickness. There is cancer running through your marriage.
Wow. We have another question from Tamir Vines Raynor, and I hope I pronounce your name correctly.
That's my baby too. That's my niece.
She wants to know, what are some things, ideas you can do to keep the intimacy going throughout the day to lead up to the adult time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
this is my specialty, because my husband and I do it all the time. But it's little things, right? So you may want to leave your panties in his suit jacket.
Okay. That's a tip right there.
Okay, you may want to leave a note and put your lipstick on it or your perfume on it and slip it on the dashboard, so when it's so bright, it falls, and he's trying to scramble and he sees it, he smells you.
For the newlywed.
Right? Well, that's no.
That's not for the newlywed.
I think that's
baby. I need the notes.
You should have code words.
Yeah.
Like my husband, I can't tell him online because it's our code.
Right.
But you should have code words. So when you're saying it in a big situation, in a grand situation, only you and him know what that code word is.
Yeah, that's good. Code words for kids, code words for your husband.
Yes.
This is great. But I want to thank all the guys that are online today asking great questions. I have another question from Maurice Dews. He wants to know, Maurice Dews wants to know, why do some women make a good man suffer or pay for what the men in their past did, or how he treated her?
Yeah,
that's a whole.
That's another segment, Mo.
Brother, I just want to say sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
We apologize. Yeah,
that is
not
a
a real woman.
truism. It is a truism that we hold on to stuff, and we're hurt so badly, we're wounded so badly. Is that when someone comes, it's not that we're angry, it's we're afraid.
Yes.
It's fear, right? Like, please don't hurt me again.
Please
don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Right? That is really the bottom line to that. And so if you could work through that, what's behind that fear is glory.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to first say sorry
takes
and
a
then
strong-
ask you to be just a little more diligent if you think she's worth it.
Right.
I like that.
That's good, Mo.
That was
You got
good.
some- thank you for that question.
Baby, and
Wow.
everyone worth it. My bad.
We got any?
We have one more.
some more.
Cynthia Pelham said, "Is it okay to just not be in the mood? I don't mean every day, not in the mood, but maybe once a week, not in the mood." I think you did.
Again, it's a conversation that you and your partner need to have.
Yeah.
And be able to
Communication is
have
key.
that conversation
Yeah.
openly and
Yeah.
honestly to say, like, babe, you know, this is not a good day. And then if he needs something, being willing to figure out how to fulfill that need.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: is that a situation where the sex comes in versus the sex and intimacy? Could you just turn over or something? Like just slide out? Like, go ahead, do your thing, boo. You know, but you still able to please your spouse, but you know, you might not be so into it.
Well-
but eventually, I think even if you turn it, something gonna just spark in it.
Yeah, so what I know about men is that yes, they have primitive needs, but if they love you and want to be with you, they want your needs to be met as well. So it becomes difficult for you to just like turn around and say, all right, baby, just grab me, and you're a piece of meat just laying there cold. He wants a sizzling steak, right? He just don't want a cold piece of meat.
Right.
But there's other ways, honey. That's why God gave us a mouth.
Right.
Is it? I don't know if that's communication or so. I'm gonna just have to say
Cassandra, while they get themselves together, Cassandra and Lewis, we just want you to know it's going to be more than part twos, okay? The love expert is here every third Thursday. Every third Thursday, so you can tune in for this lovely lady and her expertise and knowledge and her nuggets she's going to share with us.
And Tina, you had a good question. You haven't asked your question.
All right, let's see what
The paper. So
I love me some.
this is too funny. I just had a conversation with a coworker, and I'm not gonna put you out there, boo. But she had just mentioned about you know, she went out on a date. So she wanted to know if dude, you know, was he about her or was he trying to get the good? So she asked me, she was like, how do I know?
if he's chasing.
If he, you know what I'm saying?
chasing that,
And I told her, I said, remember this. TT told you, don't give up them drawers. Don't give up your drawers.
Well, the love expert said that too.
You know what I'm saying? Because, see, a man will chase, he'll chase for 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And,
yes.
if you decide to give it up that one time, he might roll out if he wasn't about you.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
So don't give your goodie. Keep your drawers up.
That's what I'm saying.
Tina don't say much, but when she speaks,
She said, yes.
All you have to do is be able to create that boundary. Create that boundary.
Yeah.
Create that boundary to be
And
real
date
for yourself.
safely.
Because you don't want to be out there like that. I mean, first of all, let's talk about the STDs, right?
Right.
20 years ago, we had 5 known STDs. Today, we have 127.
Wow.
Right?
And they dead.
And many of them, you die. Some of them, your stuff is like hanging off the side.
20 years
It's not
ago.
pretty. It's not cute.
Wow.
So why you put
Five,
yourself out there in that way? Secondly, emotionally, how hard is it to have sex and have someone run off on you? That's horrible.
Yeah.
So come
Yeah.
on, just look. I know we're all burning with passion,
Right.
But once you create your boundaries and you have self-integrity, self-love,
Self-value.
then you'll be able to know your worth and know that no one
Exactly.
could come to you just for the good.
Right.
Right.
Did you say it's 127 known diseases now?
Oh yes.
Okay, I had to put that in it.
STDs.
Yes.
STDs.
All right, let me correct that.
Yup.
That is, oh my.
And
God.
we're not saying that you can't enjoy sure ain't going out with the dude. You know what I'm saying? Go out and have a good time.
Go get
but
paid,
just,
go
but
eat.
keep, you know, just know in the back of your head, no matter how good he smell. Because, you know, they got some bomb cologne out here now.
Tell you what.
So, you know, like you say, I know women have pheromones. Do men have pheromones?
Yes.
Yeah, so they had the pheromone. I didn't know if it was called pheromones. Okay. So when you get the smelling the cologne and them pheromones all mixed up in there, and you know your hairs and between the legs, get, you know, all that.
My mom used to say, your vagina's talking to you.
Daddy, okay, she said it for me. When that thing
Start
get
tingling.
get the call of your name in it. When it's popping.
Okay. Look for the exit sign. Look for the
when it's popping.
When it's popping. So you ain't got to be. Just know you better start doing some self-talking. Yeah. You know, like you do self-affirmation.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this. He ain't getting this.
Be good, girl.
Right.
Run. That's run. Stop talking to your girl.
I got a question, Myra.
Go ahead, Trina.
With intimacy, well, you can determine whether it's sex or intimacy. When the man continues to, I guess, what I want to say. When he's done, he do his thing.
Oh,
and the female don't get a chance to get their orgasm, and that continually happens. How do you communicate that?
Yes, that's it. That's the word. That's the C word.
How do you communicate that?
That's the C word. That's hard. You know, that's hard for a woman, right? Because we want to be satisfied. After a while, we're going to feel like that piece of cold meat turning over, right? And we want to be sizzling hot on that plate. And so you want to be able to communicate that outside of those realms. So this is the part where you got to get grown and sexy. This is the part where you have to communicate with maturity, emotional and intellectual maturity, where you put all your stuff away and you say something like, hey, babe, I love you and I want this to work. But I wonder if something else we can do to get me aroused at the same time that you are. That's where you get hard conversation.
I know.
Right? Whatever that takes, that foreplay. My husband got me down to a science. He knows how long it takes for me to get to my point.
You have to learn your man. You have to know what you're saying.
He got it. I mean, I know how long it takes him too.
Right.
I know.
Get that timing right.
So that goes back to the chemistry thing, because if you can't get that right, what if you never could get that right?
Oh, then there's no conversation. There's no communication. There's something wrong with that relationship.
Yeah.
Why you can't communicate about that? You could communicate about your finances. You could communicate where you're going for your vacation, what house you're gonna buy, but you can't communicate how to satisfy each other. Right. It's about 11 to 15 minutes. What's going on?
But you'd be surprised.
I know, you
be surprised.
Tina got something
Arousal.
to say.
You'd be surprised of the number of people that are together and don't talk about sex.
That is right. Right. That is
seriously
the saddest thing in the world.
That do not talk about sex at all. Yes. I'm keeping it real. Probably been together 20 years and they never said, you know, how you like it, how you woo. You know, I don't like when you suck my woo-woo, or you know what I'm saying? Seriously, they really do not talk about sex. Can you finger me? You know, probably ain't never stuck their finger in there. And you
Tina not playing today. Tina not playing today.
Make sure the kids are in.
She can't watch this show today.
I hope you already put the kiddies to bed.
Right. It's late.
Every Thursday. Put the children to bed.
in the box.
Right. They already knew.
Okay. Enough said, right? We said sex and intimacy, so we all talking real here.
Right. Being real.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
And you know where it's really prevalent is in our churches. We have many of our churches that won't even say that word sex and have little code names, poo poo and juju and pee pee and ding ding. And I'm like, I have a vagina that has a clitoris inside of it. My husband has a penis, and guess what? If you are male or female, you got one of those. Right. Everybody has those. 7.2 billion people. Why are we so afraid to say it? Penis.
Right. Like you said, we say everything else.
Right. People be sitting up, right? They be sitting up on
behind closed doors. You'll say
Instagram and foul mouth, right? But they would never say penis and vagina. I don't understand.
They use the emojis. So.
Right.
that's being come on.
Wow, this was good.
Real.
This was real.
Sex is part. It's life.
It is.
Yes,
it brought you in here. It brought me. All of us are here because of reproduction of sex. And the pleasure that came from it, and the love that came behind it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to wrap this up.
That other conversation, the Blancing family, whatever it was, we're going to talk about that next week. Because it's 7:57. When I tell you, I already knew. We have thoroughly enjoyed you. Like, this session has been amazing. And we look forward to you coming back every month to really get in. And you already know Tina's going to give it to you as straight as you give it to you.
Because you know what happens is she's setting some people free. And so go on and be a freak tonight.
Because I know I am.
The men, that's right. The men go on and do what you need to do the right way. And don't be rough.
And don't be premature. And don't let your girl do that thing.
Don't be selfish.
You do prior to.
Right.
That's my thing. Be fair. Let me get mine. Or, you know, I'm speaking for other people.
Go try
that problem.
Trina's like, it's not for me, it's for friends.
Right. Mine's going to be for me. Okay.
Teaching the knife. Wow.
Ooh, I know this has set somebody, a whole lot of you guys free.
Over.
Yeah.
All right, don't forget your sticky notes over the dashboards too.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have no more to say.
Me
It's a wrap. So, ladies, shall we? Can we?
Let's do this!
We'll see y'all.
Bye.
Talk about domestic violence.
Oh, domestic violence.
Yes.
Wow, this is great.
Bye. See you next week.